Good morning. Special day today. It's Charlie's birthday tomorrow. So this is not like just any day. This is the day I lock myself in the kitchen because I always insist where I can in making the kids. It keeps happening to my camera. It just keeps on going weird. But anyway, as I was saying, I always insist on when I can in making the kids' birthday cakes myself. So most years they kind of order, like, I want this cake, I want that cake. And this year Charlie was just like, whatever you can make. Because he's 12 now, he's a grown-up. It's so hard. So we are just doing a plain, what I'm going to try and do is a plain, what I'm going to try and do is a plain sponge cake. And then once that's baked and cooled, so probably tomorrow I'm going to ice it and stuff, but I'm going to cut out the middle and put like M&Ms and stuff in the middle as a surprise. So I'm unsure how to cover the top of it. I'm thinking, I brought ready-made fondant, and I'm thinking about cutting out the same shape as my cake tin in fondant and leaving it to harden, so we've got a lid for it. But anyway, it's quite a simple recipe we're doing. We're doing 225 grams of soft margarine. But instead of margarine, I tend to use this because it's healthier, and with this recipe it actually works. 225 grams of caster sugar, that's a lot of sugar. 4 dessert spoons full of milk, which I like. Self-raising flour and eggs. So, you know, it's quite a simple sponge cake recipe. Grease, we've got it greased, measure all the ingredients. This says to measure all the ingredients into a large bowl and then just mix it. But I'm not comfortable with that. So I'm going to do the fat, like the eggs and the butter and the sugar, and then sift in the flour, I think. And I'm also going to put a bit of vanilla in it because I like vanilla. I lost the eggs once already today. They're here. I found them. So we're going to pour these into our bowl. I do enjoy baking. I find it really relaxing. And like, you get a finished product at the end, so that's not half bad. I don't like cleaning the kitchen after I've baked though. Hell no! If anybody wants to come and clean my kitchen, I'll bake more, but because I have to clean up after myself, I'm just like, nah, I can't be bothered baking. That's our 4 eggs in. So yeah, Charlie, my baby, is 12 tomorrow. He's like, the years fly by so quickly. So yeah, this morning I was like, it's your last day of being 11. This is your last breakfast at 11. Are you emotional yet? Are you emotional yet? Hoping you'd say yeah, but no. No. And it's sad because like, I remember being a kid and all I wanted to do was grow up. Now I'm a grown up. What else is there? I was trying to talk to him about it this morning, but he didn't seem to have much interest. He was just kind of like, yeah, I'm going to be big. I'm going to be grown up. And it's only now that I am a grown up, adultish, that I think to myself, what was I doing? Wasting all those years wishing that I was a grown up. And now I am an adult, and I'm kind of just sat here thinking, well, now what is it? Because you spend so much of your childhood thinking to yourself, I can't wait to be a grown-up, I can't wait to make my own rules, I can't wait to do this, that and the other. Then all of a sudden you are a grown-up and I can't wait to die. It's not the nicest thought. I mean, like, we all need stuff to look forward to, obviously. But the circumstance I find myself in right now, apart from online orders and deliveries, there isn't that much to look forward to. Apart from like doing stuff with the kids. We're going to the zoo. We're going to Dublin Zoo to the Zoo Lights next week, and I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. I've got my got my sugar, my eggs, and my liquid butter in here. So I'm going to give that a mix now. Oh, milk. Almost forgot the milk. It says 4 dessert spoons of milk, but I'm going to use tablespoons because I can. So we have our milk, our sugar, our eggs, and our liquid butter in here. So I'm going to whisk this now. And this is kind of noisy. It works. Oh, I've just ejected them. Stupid. Yeah, this is a bit too noisy, so I'm going to turn off the video now and you can join me again for the sifting fun. Okay, so that's that bit done. And I got cake mix on my camera, so yay. Yeah, cake mix absolutely everywhere, really. This recipe is a pretty basic recipe and it actually doesn't call for any of this, but especially using self-raising flour, I do prefer to sift. Yeah, so my youngest child is 12 tomorrow. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit emotional about it. Being a mom is really, I've worked, you know, I've worked a lot in the past, but I kind of feel like being a mom, because I've been a mom now for I've been a mom for at least 20 years. So it's really all I know. And that can be tough mentally, I guess, because, you know, I'm not good at anything else. I'm good at being a mom. I'm good at fixing problems. I'm good at putting plasters on. I'm great at hugging. Cooking can do that as well. But like, it's kind of scary to think what's going to happen in the years to come. I mean, I've every confidence that the kids are going to turn into very nice little humans and they're going to be okay. And then selfishly, there's this selfish part of me that goes, what about me? You know? What is going to happen to me? It's not something I'm focusing on hugely because there's always so much going on when you have kids. But just in the back of my mind, it's there, kind of going, what are you going to do? Girl, I'm going to cruise. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, for Charlie's birthday, he's desperately seeking a PlayStation 4. He had no chance. I mean, his father is great at times. Just like with every parent, it's hit and miss. We don't always get everything right. But like, he's just as broke as I am most of the time. So what I suggested was we do a little bit of a whip round and see if between the lot of us we can come up with enough money for it. And it's been a success. He's getting a PlayStation 4 tomorrow, which is, I'm delighted for him. He had an Xbox, but all of his friends have the PlayStations, and it means he can talk to his friends. I mean, the rules will still be in place with regards to PlayStation on the weekends and only a few hours a day and stuff, but like at least he'll have it. But yeah, he is getting one tomorrow, but he doesn't know. So I've told him that like there's a high probability he's going to get some GameStop vouchers, and he thinks that his dad went and asked all his relatives for GameStop vouchers, and that's where his chances of buying a PlayStation are from. Well, he's destroying us, like mentally and physically destroying us. He hasn't seen his dad. I think he's pushing 3 weeks now because they've just decided they don't want to go, and you know, I'm okay with that. I don't do much. So he hasn't seen his dad in 3 weeks, so it's more me. But anytime he gets on the phone with his dad, he's the same. It's constant talk about PlayStation 4. And my heart is breaking. I hate liars. I hate lying. Especially when you're lying to a kid. Oh my gosh. It's horrific. And I'm trying my best because, like, it's all his daddy's family have contributed to this. I mean, I already had his birthday presents bought by the time this came to fruition. So, I mean, I didn't have that much money to give him. I'm giving a bit towards it. So it's all his daddy's family, and the last thing I want to do is ruin the surprise on them. So I'm just like, don't worry, we'll get one before Christmas. You'll definitely have a PlayStation before Christmas. And of course, like, he's my son, so he's an overthinker as well as everything else. And it's not as easy as just saying don't worry to people like us, you know. You're going to think about it, whether people tell you to think about it or not to think about it. It's there. So we're going to give this actually... Oh no, I put my whisks away and this needs a little bit of a whisker. So yeah, it's been a hard couple of weeks with Charlie. Not in a bad way, in a really, really good way. And tomorrow he's going to be really surprised and really happy, but today... he's just going to get more and more anxious, really, isn't he? I'm going to give this a little whisk. That's that looking nice and smooth. Ooh, delicious. Okay, so I'm going to split this between 2 cake tins, hopefully slightly evenly. And we'll get our bacon. Making bacon. I want my stripper name to be Making Bacon. Making Bacon. MAKIN. So we're just gonna, I mean, it's a real hit and hope type jobby. And so we're gonna bake this now. So I do not recall this cake mix being so small. I thought I had like ample cake mix for 2 tins. I don't. Like, I legit don't. So here we have our 2 rather uneven cakes. They are slightly uneven, like, let's be real here. So we're going to stick them in the oven and we will see what they come out like. Fingers crossed. So it's now Wednesday. It's Charlie's birthday day. Yay, go Charlie. And we're about to start constructing the cake. I have the 2 cake things here, which now to me they look like they need a little bit of something to, you know, make them look a little bit more pleasant. I also went ahead and I made a Nutella buttercream and a white chocolate buttercream, but that seems to have like solidified. So we'll see what we can make of this. Here are our cakes. They kind of look like spaceships. I mean, I need to trim around the edges most definitely and get rid of the burn. But yeah, we're going to start constructing it. Start by trimming, I suppose. The burn is going, so that's awesome. I think the reason it burnt at the sides was probably because I greased the tin with actual butter when I used the Flora stuff for the cookery of the cake. Right, okay, so this is our 2 cakes. It still looks like a flying saucer, but maybe when I put the hole in the middle, it'll be more even. And then we'll start kind of trimming it down from there, because this side is definitely, that's flat, you know? That we can use. This one, the one that tried to escape from the oven, not so much. So I'm going to find some circular shaped items and see what we can do. I ended up with 3 circular objects. Circular. I might actually have cutting tools. Hold on a minute, I might have cutting tools. For all that, oh my god, what'll I make a circle with? I found these, which are actually cutting tools, all different size circles. So, I mean, that would leave us with not much cake. Next size down would leave us with a bit more cake, I suppose, wouldn't it? Now how do we get it into the middle? That's a challenge. I mean, it just has to be even-ish. It's a kid's birthday cake, you know? I'm sure there's like a scientific-y type way to do this and make sure it's all even, but nah. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I used the 3rd smallest one. Oh dear, we've committed. It's going in. So that's now in the cake. And now all I have to do is cut around it. So I'll remove it. And then make the incision. I feel like a surgeon. I probably would have made a good surgeon, you know. In a perfect world, this hole would just pop straight out. Like when you have a baby. But I'm not holding that much hope. Yeah, no, I didn't get there at all. We're just going to do it again. Don't cut off your finger, please. Okay. And there we have our hole. Right, that's a good start. And a waste of cake, but a good start. That's alright cake. It's not bad. Now what we have to do is get the other hole to match this hole. And I feel like just putting one on top of the other should be enough. But we'll see. We're doing it. I'm doing it, Mom, I'm doing it. Again, we're probably going to have to go over this hole too. Yeah, as I'm cutting, the first hole is expanding. So I'm kind of glad I used the smaller guide. Cut around again with the knife going fully through the cake. Oh, it's popping. Oh, it's popping. Early labour, early labour. Okay. Oh, that's a lot bigger. Sound. Doesn't matter that it's a lot bigger. I can't see how it would. I mean, I'll even them out to the best of my little ability. But I'm not overly concerned if it's a little bit bigger, do you know? I think we're just going to call that it before like the whole cake just comes off. I'm making a mess now. Hey, the next job is to I'm just gonna shave a little bit off this so it's not too, you know. If we can get it straight, I mean the cake is now rather structureless and is moving an awful lot. I need like, you know, one of the spirit level things. That seems to be kind of like what's necessary for this. But whatever mess we make, we can fix with icing. See, now we're getting somewhere. Now they're looking a little bit more even. We need to take a tiny bit off the top one and then we're ready for the next job. So we have, oh dear. We have our cakes, they're more even now. We'll give them more even. The problem I am seeing is that the white chocolate buttercream doesn't want to anymore. It's solidified. Yeah, I'm going whisker again. Now we're talking diesel. It has loosened up a lot. There's a lot still stuck in the whisk, but it's definitely a lot looser. But this is like, it's more of a liquid. Yeah, the Nutella one's perfect. So I don't know how we'll be able to work with the Nutella one though, simply because it's very, very, like, it's got an oily kind of texture to it, but I'm putting Nutella on the bottom. I've made a hell of a lot of Nutella icing, I'll be quite honest with you. And just hope that I can kind of stick it. This is not going to be the best for icing, like actual icing, because it's moving. It's very, very moving. But we're just going to do our best. Nobody expects anything more than that, do they? I have to like push this on. I don't know if I should have used butter because I know that there's friggin' palm oil, which doesn't make me happy, but the kids really like Nutella. I know that there's an oil in this, so I just don't know if I should have used butter as well, but you live, you learn. Still unsure about how to cover the top of it, to be quite honest with you, but again, this is an experimental cake. Not advising anybody to make it until we see the finished product. I'm going to make it slightly even with the icing, which is very hard on this because every time you touch it, it kind of comes back off, which is odd. Charlie finally gets his Xbox today, which makes me very, very happy for him. No, not Xbox, is it? It's PlayStation. I don't have a clue about video games. How I've managed to get a child to 12 years of age and does not have a bloody notion. Don't know. I suppose in that way I'm lucky because his dad loves computer games as well, so they can share knowledge. That's one side done and kind of stuck on, so we're gonna move on to the other side now. Ooh, that was nearly a cake on the floor. No, this one is spreading deliciously nice. So okay, so I'm gonna keep on doing this and I will check back in with you when I'm on the buttercream. I'm eating cake already. Right, what I've actually done is before I move this cake from one position to the other is I put the crumb cake down the middle, the crumb layer of icing. I'm hoping that it'll dry in the middle. I didn't think these things through, did I? So it's a bit of a risk, a bit of a gamble, but I've committed now, so we can't do anything else. So we're going to start on the outside and hope we can even out the outside. It's getting droopy in the middle, so delighted with that. That is a result. I'm gonna have to like put this in the fridge to dry it off, I think, and to harden what butter we have in this before it all flops. Okay, so we'll go around the outside and see what we can spare for the sides and the top now. Not much, says you, and you'd be right. It's only a crumb layer, you know. I need to stop being so specific about it all. It's a lot better than it was. I mean, it doesn't look right yet, but why should it? Now, that seems to be like the best job we're going to be able to do with this right now. So it's going to go in the fridge and hopefully set, and I'm going to make toast because I'm hungry. Okay, so it's been in the fridge, but it's not drying as quick as I'd like. This is what we have so far. But I've got the Nutella icing to a stage where I think it might stick. So I'm going to try putting this on while we're waiting for it to dry. You just have to do it carefully. So I'm going to put Nutella around the edges. Nutella icing around the edges and work from there. I feel like I probably need to put it back in the fridge once the Nutella's on. It just has a very, very bubbly looking consistency, but you know, we'll get there. It's definitely sticking. So we're going to put the Nutella around it and then put it back in the fridge. Okay, so it's still not completely dry, but I'm running out of time. So I've got the Nutella coat on the edge and it actually clung on quite nicely. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and fill the hole full of sweets. Okay, so yeah, wish me luck. Oh, now you can see it. Happy days. So we've got our bucket full of M&Ms here. I'm just going to take some. I hope I've got enough. Ooh. Now it's looking like a sponge cake. Oh no. A few more. Yeah, that will do. So there we have it there. And now I made this while I was waiting for the cake because I got really impatient. So I made the top part already. There it is, and that should hold nicely. Yes. You honestly wouldn't even know that it wasn't part of the cake. So here we go. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's homemade. It's not supposed to be perfect. I'm just going to clean it up and then do a bit of floretting around the edges. And I'll show you what you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Just kind of doing little florets around the side to, well, basically neaten it. The white chocolate icing is very hard to get out of this. I just stuck in all the icing into this, so hopefully we'll get a few different coloured florets, but you know, if not, that's okay too. So the icing bag broke. I think it's just that the white chocolate is so thick. I'll try to use that bit first, so just soften it all up, amalgamate it all together. I mean, I've seen people using a lot fuller piping bags, but maybe not with the white chocolate icing. Maybe it's just a bad idea. Well, it's a little bit more easier to control. Still got to go back around it for a second lot, but in general, not unhappy right now. So, got a hell of a lot of mess to clean up, but I'm done. Couldn't tell that's full of M&Ms, could you? Do you know what? I'm not overly mad at it either. There we have it. Gotta go clean up.
Wishing. Is it supposed to split?
Right, take the slice out.
Oh my god, that's a great supply.
That needed a reveal, didn't it? Charles, you should have put plates in.
Oh my god!
It worked.